ह्या पॉलिटिक्सा खातीर राधाबाब जबाबदार कोण? पॉलिसी मेकर जबाबदार काय आमी जबाबदार? कारण आज आमी अशा पॉयंटाचेर आसात की युगांकाचो मुद्दो हा की आयची जगां भितर भायल्यान कोण भितर येवपा जायना, भितरल्यान कोण भायर वचपा जायना हें आमी म्हणपा शकनात. एज फार एज आउट नंबरिंग इज कन्सर्न ही ब्लेम्स द पॉलिसी मेकर. सिद्धार्थ बाबाचो मुद्दो हा की तुमची कल्चर, तुमची जर जडणघडण सारकी आसा ते कल्चर कोण तुमचे कडच्यान हिसकावन व्हरपा शकना म्हण. हाव आर यू लुकिंग एट इट राधाबाब? तुमकां हें डायल्युशन दिश्टी पडटा ओवर अ पिरियड ऑफ टायम काय तुमकां हें नॅचरल प्रोग्रेशन कशें दिसता?
See what happens, Pramod. See what Siddharth says is essentially theoretical. There are theoretical cultures, and the whole of India does not have a single culture. In Tamil Nadu and say Uttar Pradesh, there are huge differences in cultural facets. So likewise in Goa. But what is happening is the vast majority of Indians come from the cow belt. And when they come here, smaller communities feel threatened. You see, when I talk of culture, I talk of the practical, actual existing culture as we know in Goa. I am not talking of theoretical culture. So what I can see is that the culture in which I grew up is disappearing quickly. On that I have no doubt at all. Now my friend says people are legally coming. Legally coming is all right, you come and go. What we are doing is you are legally coming, you are illegally grabbing land, you have set up Zuari slum, you have set up Mirse slum, you have set up Chimbel slum, Mapsa slum, everywhere there are slums. Are those people who have come lawfully, are they not illegally occupying land? Should this not be prevented? We are our own people. Our own people can't get land. If you go and put up something, someone jumps on you and your lands and all are destroyed. This is not fair to us. And more I will tell you. More recently, my services were obtained as a lawyer to represent some farmers from Kurtori. There is some dispute, some organization, some committee headed by former district judge Desmond de Costa, which is inquiring into and trying to bring in, there already legislation is there, which is trying to identify wetlands and then bring in restrictions to put up any sort of construction. Now these wetlands, as Yugank has now pointed out, are our property for generations. We have developed our lands, we have made these wetlands, and if you go now, still now you will see we have protected them. We have made that and we know how to protect our lands. We don't need some artificial legislation to tell us you don't do this here and don't do that. How is that these lands or wetlands have lasted centuries without any legislation? Because as a people we are conscious of our rights, we have built this and will protect it. The moment you bring in law, there is violation. Unfortunately, this is the tendency of the government, bringing in artificial legislation to protect that which is already protected by the people. Don't try to dictate to us by bringing in legislation to suit your own ends.
Okay.
Because just one moment, when you bring in such legislation, it is the local people suffer. The big men, they come and build, and no one can do anything to them, as happened in old Goa. That structure that is built, that's not built by Goans. If I were to build it, by now it would be demolished. But it is built by powerful elements. When you bring in a law, you stop the local people, but big men come and they do what they want and they are protected. This is the trouble.
Siddharth, don't you agree with this?
There is absolutely no doubt that the politicians could have been doing better. They should do better for their vested interest. आता त्यांनी उदो slum म्हणले पळय. Ultimately slum helps whom? Vote bank येता तांकां ते प्रत्येक म्हणून आपापल्या पॉलिटिशियनांनी मेरशेंच कित्याक सगळे कडेन हाडल्या. इनफॅक्ट यू शुड गो टू थिवी आणि थंय वचून पळोवपाक जाय तुमी कितें हालत जाल्या ती. So that nobody says that illegal people, those who are there, are proper laws against it. Nobody takes. If you are able to a vigilant society can take care of these things, but that has nothing to do with our identity. See, amcha identity, see, the failure lies not in the slums. The slums is if Goans want,
slums are a symptom, not the disease.
No, and if Goans decide, if Goans as a community decide these slums, illegal slums can disappear, at least those outsiders who have come and settled here can disappear here from within no time. We have to take politicians to the task, but that is not part of our discussion today. Slums are not because of our identity or something like that, or fact because
are they not diluting our identity when the resources are grabbed illegally?
See, that's the whole point. Otherwise the benefit of the Goan production, Goan produce, which should have gone to you, it's going to them. But for that, the solution is legal. The solution is through politics. The solution is to take your legislator to the task. That has nothing to do with Goan ethos.
Okay.
You don't make it. Don't unnecessarily link things which are not linkable.
Not practical,
not linkable in the first place.
Yeah.
I would like to just
Yeah.
respond to that. See what happens now when these illegal slums have come, right from Munti Dongor to Zuari to wherever they are, they become vote banks.
Yeah,
In Zuari, there are 11,000 voters who determine the fate of Kortaling constituency. In Margaon, Munti Dongor decides the fate of Margaon constituency. So in each constituency, there are 5,000-6,000 voters
Kamrabat decides who should be
who are
MLA of
essentially commodities and who back the politicians. So which politician is going to remove them? They all want their votes. So that is why I am saying
So it's a
our
vicious
identity
circle.
is being challenged because these outsiders determine what is good for us.